happy Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in and for choosing to spend some of your time with me. I'm Maria Milagros, and this is a little space where I like to carve out different time to share different tools, techniques, nuggets, stories, anecdotes, whatever it takes to help me, you, us, collectively, individually, move the needle, even if it's 1 degree at a time, to get to new levels of health and healthier and happier, whatever that means for this moment in our lives. During the month of May, it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I am of the mindset, pun intended, that when we practice awareness for and create shifts in our mindset, the filters and the perceptions by which we see and perceive the world, we can actually create shifts that ripple through our mental and overall health, right? So I'm calling it Mindset May. I know it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and I find that the two are in relationship. So every week I'm sharing a tip about different ways that we can shift our mindset. This week I want to talk about not taking things personally. Okay, so there's this great book called The Four Agreements, and one of the nuggets in the Four Agreements talks about not taking things personally and how, like, chances are it's probably not really about us. So I want to talk about that in two ways. I want to talk about it with strangers, and then I want to talk about it with our friends and family and coworkers and acquaintances that we have relationship with and interact with regularly, because the approach should be a little bit different from a stranger to someone that you know and have relationship with on a regular basis. Okay, so let's talk about strangers. If you have an interaction with a stranger and the stranger seems to have an attitude, or the stranger has, a problem, or the stranger is rolling their eye or whatever, I feel like, honestly, I'm not taking that personally anymore. Younger Maria would have taken that personally, like, what's your problem? Why are you looking so extra? And unnecessarily creating unnecessary drama in my life and negativity. Gross. Because I was operating from a negative mindset, I was attracting the like and continuing to practice and reinforce that old program of negativity and the world's out to get me, or people don't like me, or it's so extra. So what I do now is, because of practice and because I rewrote that program and because I told myself a new story, what I practice now is the remembrance that I don't know them and they don't know me. And I did not run over their cat and I did not steal their wallet. Which means whatever the reason is for their attitude has nothing to do with me. Truly. Most of the time when people are acting from that place, all of the time when people are acting from that place, they're operating from a place of hurt and fear and pain and maybe some like residual trauma or maybe some repeated negativity in their lives. But they're not operating from that place just because. They're operating from that place because there's something else. There's a root cause to that. And whatever that root cause is, because they are a stranger, it has nothing to do with me. So then I can that is not mine. I'm not carrying that. And one of the things that I like to do when I encounter someone like that is I will say to myself, maybe their hamster died. It's a way of reminding myself that they're probably dealing with some kind of hurt or fear or pain that has nothing to do with me. And it's also a reminder for me to send this other human who's probably hurting, dealing with fear or pain, some compassion and some love. Maybe their hamster died. I don't take it personal. Right? I remember a couple of years ago, I was at a store. The girl was with the only attitude, right? The woman that was in front of me, I mean, how that woman didn't leave crying was beside me, because she was so nasty. And then when I got up to the register, I just kept saying to myself, maybe her hamster died, maybe her hamster died. And she's doing her whole thing and she's being all attitude-y. And I said, because I had the room. You might not always have the room because you're also human. I had the room. I said, are you all right? Because you seem really frustrated. And she's like, oh my God. And she started telling me about her and her husband and how they had a argument earlier that morning and it's been weighing on her ever since. And then she's like, oh my God, I need a break. I've been treating people so badly. There it is. And all I did was ask a question. Now, it doesn't always pan out like that. And I don't always ask strangers questions because I trust my intuition. My spirit will say, ask a question or just get your stuff and go. She ain't got nothing to do with you. And as soon as this interaction is over, this interaction is over because I'm choosing to leave it in that space. I'm not choosing to take it with me or take it personal. And we have that choice, right? And so with that situation, that's how it worked out. Sometimes I just keep saying maybe their hamster died, maybe their hamster died, as they're doing the whole thing with the attitude and the whole bit. And then they'll say this, and I'm like, yeah, I pay. And I grab myself, thank you so much. I hope your day gets better. And I just leave. And when I say, I hope your day gets better, they go like, yeah, honey, also a human, recognizing a human who's in pain. But I'm not your therapist and I'm not here to unpack, right? So sometimes it's that simple. But my suggestion in that space is maybe their hamster died. Remembering that they're operating from hurt, you don't have to take that personal. It has nothing to do with you, and extend them a little bit of compassion, even if it's just like vibrational compassion. And then when it comes to people that you're in relationship with and that you actually know, my suggestion in this case is when you start to feel like, oh my God, they must be mad at me. If they're having a bad day or if they have an attitude, it must be me. I must be the cause. And when you acknowledge and you find yourself becoming aware of the fact that you're going there, rather than taking it personal, get personally curious. Get personally curious and say, hey, I notice you seem really frustrated. Is everything okay? Hey, I notice you seem really angry. Because you have relationship, you should be able to just pose that question from a place of compassion. I notice that you feel really frustrated. And then most of the time, it's not about you, right? For me, most of the time, it has nothing to do with me. And then once they talk about it a little bit, they go, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for taking that out on you. Or, oh my God, I have to go apologize to so-and-so for taking it out on them. And when they say, I'm so sorry, it is our job, our obligation in return to say thank you, because it's not okay. So don't say it's okay. When they apologize, you say thank you. And what's actually happening is when someone apologizes and we say thank you, it triggers a mechanism in their brain that says, what was the behavior that led to that apology? Let's not do that anymore, right? So we're actually helping them on their own journey by accepting, acknowledging, and appreciating the apology. Thank you. So strangers, I don't know them. They don't know me. It's really not about me. Maybe their hamster died. Extend some compassion. Recognize that they're probably hurting. Move on with your life, right? People that you know, unless they tell you it's about you, ask the question. And then hopefully if your relationship is healthy enough and it is about you, you can have that dialogue, right? And again, like most of the time, it's not about you. It's not. So then you can give them room to unpack, give them room to apologize, to recognize that they're that they're projecting and they're acting out towards people that has nothing to do with, which then gives them the opportunity to also course correct and strengthens and deepens your relationship. Boom. Don't take it personal. That's what I have for you. I hope that was helpful. And when we practice not taking it personal, it also creates a different mindset of community versus me against you. Right? Because we're all just doing the best we can all the time. And again, when people are hurting, including ourselves, we sometimes act out and project onto other people. It's not okay. And these opportunities give us the chance to correct, create shifts, to move the needle, right? To get into a space that's healthier, happier, a little more positive. And then that practice creates a new program for us, which is beneficial for our mental health and our overall health. All right. If you like this, please share it with someone who can benefit from it and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, head over to my website, click the purple toolbar that's on the top, and sign up to be part of my mailing list. You'll get this video every week and some extra nuggets and bonuses. I am sending you light and love and ease, and I hope that you receive it with open hands, and there's nothing you can do about it if you don't. I won't take it personal. Peace!